संयुक्त राज्य अमेरिका आम नेपालीको सपनाको देश। अध्ययन होस् या अन्य कारण जेसुकै हुन सक्छ, त्यहाँ पुग्न अधिकांशले रहर गर्छन्। 50 वटा राज्य, 32 करोड बढी जनसङ्ख्या, सबैभन्दा ठूलो अर्थतन्त्र र भूगोलको हिसाबले विश्वको तेस्रो ठूलो मुलुक। विकसित राष्ट्र अमेरिकाका परिचय धेरै छन्। 4700 भन्दा बढी युनिभर्सिटी तथा कलेज विद्यमान रहेको अमेरिकामा गत वर्ष मात्र 10,80,000 अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विद्यार्थीहरू अध्ययनका लागि पुगेका छन्। ओपन डुवर्स 2017 को रिपोर्ट अनुसार नेपालबाट मात्र 11,607 विद्यार्थीहरू अमेरिका पुगे, जुन अघिल्लो वर्षको तुलनामा 20% ले बढेको हो। विदेश अध्ययनमा जान चाहने हजारौं विद्यार्थीहरूको पहिलो रोजाइमा अमेरिका नै किन त? अमेरिकामा पुगेका विद्यार्थीहरूको समग्र अनुभव कस्तो छ त? नेपाल स्थित अमेरिकन दूतावास र वाशिंगटन डीसी फरेन प्रेस सेन्टरको सहयोगमा जर्नी टु यूएसए विशेष सिरिजका लागि त्यहाँको यथार्थ अवस्था प्रस्तुत गर्न हाम्रो टिम लाग्यो अमेरिकातर्फ। 18 घण्टाको निरन्तर हवाई उडान पश्चात हामी पुग्यौं अमेरिकाको राजधानी वाशिंगटन डीसी। बाहिरी मौसम चिसो नै थियो। बिहानबाटै हामीले सुरु गर्यौं जर्नी टु यूएसए सिरिजको छायाङ्कन। प्रोड्युसर जुली आर्मस्टरले हामीलाई डीसी शहरको दृश्यावलोकन गराउँदै गाडीको स्टेयरिङ सज्याइन् सिधै युनिभर्सिटीतर्फ। हामीमा पनि विद्यार्थीहरूसँग कुराकानी गर्ने उत्कट अभिलाषा थियो। अहिलेको समयमा उच्च शिक्षाका लागि अमेरिका जान चाहने विद्यार्थीहरूको मनमा उब्जिने प्रश्नहरू धेरै हुन सक्छन्, जुन हामीमा पनि छ। के यो समयमा अमेरिका जानु ठिक हुन्छ? सुरक्षित छ? भिजा पाउन सकिन्छ? नेपालमा बस्दा सोचिने अमेरिका र त्यहाँको यथार्थता बीच कस्तो भिन्नता छ? आदि आदि। हामी धेरैभन्दा धेरै नेपाली विद्यार्थीहरूसँग कुरा गर्न चाहन्थ्यौं। अमेरिका भन्ने बित्तिकै धेरैले न्युयोर्क या राजधानी वाशिंगटन डीसी शहरको रमझम सञ्चार माध्यममा देखेका हुन सक्छन्। त्यतिमा मात्र सीमित छैन अमेरिका। सोचे भन्दा विशाल छ। बुझ्ने विषय अनगिन्ती छन्। जर्नी टु यूएसएमा हामी क्यापिटल सिटी वाशिंगटन डीसी मात्र होइन, अमेरिकाको दोस्रो ठूलो स्टेट टेक्सस र टेक्सस शहरभन्दा केही पर रहेको अर्को सानो शहर ओक्लाहोमामा पनि पुगेका छौं। अमेरिका बारे बुझ्न यी 3 ठाउँको स्थलगत अनुभव पर्याप्त हुन्छ भन्ने हामीले ठानेका छौं। हामीले वाशिंगटन डीसीमा युनिभर्सिटी अफ मेरील्यान्ड र होवार्ड युनिभर्सिटीका विद्यार्थीहरूसँग कुराकानी गर्यौं भने टेक्ससमा युनिभर्सिटी अफ नर्थ टेक्सस र युनिभर्सिटी अफ टेक्सस अर्लिङ्गटन क्याम्पसमा अध्ययन गरिरहेका धेरै विद्यार्थीहरूसँग अन्तर्क्रिया गर्यौं। टेक्ससमा अवस्थित एक कम्युनिटी कलेज माउन्टेन भ्यूमा पुगी तुलनात्मक रूपमा युनिभर्सिटी भन्दा सस्तो शुल्कमा शिक्षा लिइरहेका विद्यार्थीहरूको अनुभव पनि लियौं। टेक्सस शहरबाट करिब 3 घण्टा ड्राइभमा पुगिने ओक्लाहोमामा रहेको क्यामरून युनिभर्सिटीमा अध्ययनरत दर्जनौं नेपाली विद्यार्थीले हाम्रो लागि देखाएको आतिथ्यता र भलाकुसारी निकै फलदायी रह्यो। वाशिंगटन डीसी, टेक्सस, ओक्लाहोमा या अन्य कुनै शहर जुन ठाउँमा पुग्यौं दर्जनौं विद्यार्थीहरूसँग छलफल गर्यौं। भर्खरै अमेरिका पुगेकादेखि ग्रेजुएसन सकाएका, पीएचडी गरिरहेका र प्राध्यापकको रूपमा युनिभर्सिटीमै काम गरिरहेका नेपालीहरूसँगको साक्षात्कारले विद्यार्थी जीवनको समग्र पक्षबारे बुझ्न सहज बनायो। सबैजसोको विद्यार्थी जीवन उस्तै हुन्छ। भोगाई करिब समान हुन्छ। 20 को 19 मात्र फरक। व्यक्त गर्ने शैली भने आफ्नै छन्।
सुरुमा चाहिँ अब ओहो अमेरिका भन्ने लाग्थ्यो होइन। अनि अमेरिका सुरुमा जुन एक्साइटमेन्टले आएको हुन्छ, सुरुमा त भेटिन्छ त्यो एक्साइटमेन्ट। त्यसपछि चाहिँ यस्तै रहेछ अमेरिका होइन, यस्तैमा एडजस्ट हुनु पर्यो भन्ने लाग्छ। त्यसपछि नर्मल लाग्दै जान्छ।
मेरो विचारमा अमेरिका भने चाहिँ न्युयोर्क सिटीको लाइफ त्यो लाइक हुन्छ नि, एकदम पार्टी गर्ने अर लाइक पढाइ पनि हुन्छ, बट आई थट लाइक इट वुड बी अ डिफ्रेन्ट थिङ। तर यहाँ आएर थाहा भयो द्याट इट्स नट जस्ट अबाउट फ्रिडम एन्ड अदर थिङ्स, लाइक एकदम रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी हुन्छ यहाँ।
अहिले केही दुःख भए पनि भविष्य उज्जवल छ भन्ने आत्मविश्वासले गर्दा सबै कुरा सामान्य ठान्दा रहेछन् विद्यार्थीहरू। सोचे जस्तो पक्कै छैन र हुँदैन पनि, तर राम्रो युनिभर्सिटीको डिग्री हातमा छ भने अवसर पाउन गाह्रो छैन। विद्यार्थीहरू अमेरिकाको भिसा लाग्दा संसारै जिते जस्तो र अन्तिम गन्तव्यमा पुगे जस्तो गर्छन्।
म अगाडि पनि कति धेरैलाई रिजेक्ट गरेको थियो अनि त्यसपछि ठ्याक्क मैले पाउँदाखेरि मलाई चाहिँ एकदमै लाइक स्पेसल फिल भएको थियो।
यात्रा भर्खरै सुरु भएको त त्यहाँ पुगेपछि थाहा पाउँछन्। अधिकांश विद्यार्थी पहिलोपटक ठूलो बोइङ चढेर अमेरिका पुगेका हुन्छन्। सानो गोरेटोमा हिँडेको मान्छे 81 ठूलो राजमार्गमा पुगे जस्तो। ठूलो देश, ठूलै सपना।
म प्लेन पनि चढेको थिएन अनि एकैचोटि बोइङमा चढियो। कहाँ के कसो डर लागेको थियो।
काठमाडौँ छोडेर मेरो पहिलो भनेको बाहिर घुम्न अथवा स्टुडेन्ट लाइफमा निस्केको भनेको म सिधै काठमाडौँबाट सिधै अमेरिका हो। एयरपोर्ट सिकागो झर्दाखेरि म त्यहाँ हेर्दाखेरि म यो कुन ठाउँमा आएँ, म नेपाल फर्क्यौँ। मलाई जबसम्म मैले कलेज इनरोल गरेर नेपालीहरू भेटेको थिएन तबसम्म मलाई म भोलि नै ट्रान्सफर हुँ जस्तो लागिसक्यो। म नेपाल फर्क्यौँ जस्तो भइसकेको थियो।
सुरुवातमा केही कठिनाई अवश्य हुन्छ। सबै कुरा आफैले गर्नुपर्ने, घरको याद पनि उत्तिकै आउने।
रेन्टको बिलदेखि लिएर पानी कति खर्च हुन्छदेखि लिएर यति पकाउँदा कति दिनसम्म खान पुग्छदेखि लिएर सबै कुरा सोच्नुपर्छ। जब आफू नेपाल जान्छ नि त्यति बेला फिल हुँदो रहेछ कि ओ मैले यहाँ बस्दाखेरि मैले यो पनि गरेको थिएन, त्यो पनि गरेको थिएन। अहिले चाहिँ त्यति बेला सबै कुरा गर्दा इभन फ्यामिली मेम्बर विल बी सरप्राइज के
घरको याद आउँछ। घरमा कस्तो इजी हुन्थ्यो, नेपालमा भएको भए मम्मी ड्याडीले सबै हेरिदिन्थ्यो। यसो लाइक थकाइ लागेको बेलामा मम्मीले लाइक खाना ल्याइदिन्थ्यो।
भर्खरै अमेरिका पुगेका विद्यार्थी हुन् या पिएचडी गरिरहेका नै किन नहुन्, सुरुवातमा त सबैले केही असहज महसुस गरेकै हुन्छन्।
यहाँ ल्याङ्ग्वेज ब्यारियरले नि धेरै कुरा गर्छ।
कम्युनिकेसन चाहिँ फर्स्टमा चाहिँ एकदम प्रब्लम आउँछ।
एडजस्ट गर्न चाहिँ 2-4 महिना टाइम चाहिँ डेफिनेटली लाग्छ।
बोल्ने पारा अलिक बुझिँदैन क्या फर्स्टमा, किनभने अब एक्सेन्ट हाम्रो अर्कै हुन्छ उताबाट।
सोसियल लाइफ चाहिँ सोचे भन्दा राम्रो छ।
एकाध महिनापछि सबै कुरा सामान्य लाग्न थाल्छ। सबैजना उस्तै मेहनत गरिरहेका भेटिन्छन्। पढ्न गएको हो, पढाइप्रति उनीहरू बढी व्यस्त हुन्छन्। नेपालमा पढेको पढाइमा सैद्धान्तिक रटान बढी, अमेरिकामा व्यवहारिक पक्ष बढी।
यहाँको बुक ओरिएन्टेड भन्दा पनि यहाँको केस स्टडिज हुन्छ धेरै। हरेक दिन थोरै लर्निङ हुँदै जान्छ। यहाँ चाहिँ नेपालमा चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै अपोजिट। लास्टको 1 महिना अन्डरग्राउन्ड भएर मजाले पढ्छन्। त्यो भनेको एक्जामबाट निस्किसकेपछि सक्यो।
नो वान वान्ट्स टु लिभ देयर होम होइन, इट्स अभियस। मलाई मन छैन, मलाई बुवामम्मीसँग बस्नु मन छ, तर आई वान्ट टु बी अ बेटर इन्जिनियर होइन। अनि नेपालमा राम्रो हुनुभन्दा ग्लोबल मार्केटमा होइन एभरेज नै भए पनि राम्रो भइन्छ क्या।
पढेपछि तुरन्तै बजारमा बिक्न सकिने भएकोले पनि संसारको उत्कृष्ट मानिने अमेरिकन शिक्षा लिन विद्यार्थीहरू लालयित भएको हामीले थाहा पायौँ।
अमेरिकन डिग्री भनेको त्यो भयो भने ग्लोबल एक्सपोजर पाउँछ हाम्रो आफ्नो करियरले।
यहाँको लाइक एजुकेसन सिस्टमहरू लिएर लाइक आइ एम इम्प्रेस्ड बाई एभ्रिथिङ के। भर्खरै अहिले लिइरहेको क्लासमा i7 को 7th जेनेरेसन प्रोसेसरले कसरी काम गर्छ हामी पढ्छौँ क्या अहिले। एन्ड देन नेपालको कोर्स हेर्दाखेरि लाइक अपडेट हुँदैन क्या।
उता पढेर म जहाँ पुग्थेँ यता पढेर त्योभन्दा डबल कुनै राम्रो ठाउँमा पुग्छु भन्ने आश लिएर पढेर हो, त्यो कन्फिडेन्स छ।
कति धेरै पढेको छु भन्ने होइन, कति धेरै व्यावहारिक ज्ञान लिएको छ त्यो महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ।
इन्टर्नसिप गर्ने, रिसर्च गर्ने अथवा गएर चाहिँ एउटा रियल वर्ल्डको एक्सपिरियन्स लिने चाहिँ हामीहरूले गर्छौँ।
पढाइमा मात्रै फोकस नभएर आउट अफ योर त्यो सब्जेक्ट म्याटर अरू एक्स्ट्रा इभेन्ट्सहरूदेखि लिएर सबै कुरामा पार्टिसिपेट पनि गर्नुपर्छ।
नेपालको मात्र मान्छेहरू होइन, अरू देशको मान्छेहरूले नि कसरी चाहिँ सोच्दो रहेछन्, तिनीहरूको लाइफस्टाइल कस्तो रहेछ, कसरी बाँच्दो रहेछ भनेर मैले धेरै कुरा थाहा पाउँदै गइरहेको छु।
कतिवटा रिसर्च इन्स्टिट्युटहरू हार्वर्ड, MIT, नासा जस्तो ठाउँमा गएर एक्सपिरियन्स लिने ठाउँ पाएँ। नेपालमा त कुनै पनि हालतमा अन्डर ग्रेजुएटमा कहीँ पनि गएर रिसर्च गर्ने भन्ने कुरा छैन।
अमेरिकाको शिक्षा मात्र राम्रो छैन, त्यहाँ विद्यार्थीहरूलाई गरिने सत्कार पनि लोभलाग्दो छ। घर छोडेर 7 समुद्र पारी पुगे पनि आफ्नै घरमा छु भन्ने महसुस गराउनको लागि युनिभर्सिटीले कुनै कसर बाँकी राखेको छैन। त्यसैमध्येको एक हो होम कमिङ इभेन्ट, जुन हरेक वर्ष मनाइन्छ। हरेक देशको कला, संस्कृति, वेशभूषा र झण्डासहित हजारौंको परेड यहाँ देख्न सकिन्छ।
दर्शकबिन, यति बेला हामी जर्नी टु USA कार्यक्रमका लागि अमेरिकामा आइपुगेका छौँ। पृष्ठभूमिमा देख्नु भएको छ युनिभर्सिटी अफ टेक्सास आर्लिङ्गटन क्याम्पसमा यति बेला हामी उपस्थित भएका छौँ। हजारौँ विद्यार्थीहरूको मास यहाँ देख्न सकिन्छ र यहाँ आज एउटा स्पेसल फङ्सन भइरहेको छ। यो कार्यक्रमको नाम हो होम कमिङ।
अमेरिकामा हरेक कलेजहरूले चाहिँ
अब आफ्नो अलुम्नाईहरूलाई फेरि आफ्नो कलेजसँग कनेक्ट गराउनलाई चाहिँ उनीहरूले एउटा होमकमिङ परेड गर्छ।
Namaste Nepal. We are here to celebrate an international parade day and we are from Pakistan. Very happy to be here.
Very good opportunity to get to know people from other parts of the world as we can get to learn their culture.
We represent different countries in our cultural clothes and flags. It's amazing.
नयाँ ठाउँ, नयाँ परिवेश, नयाँ सिस्टम। विकसित ठाउँमा पुग्दा केही नबुझे जस्तो, थाहा पाएको कुरा बिर्सेको जस्तो लाग्ने। यो केवल एक परिस्थिति मात्र हो, आफैमा समस्या होइन।
जुन हामीले टिभी इन्टरनेटमा देखेको भन्दा चाहिँ इट्स कम्प्लिट डिफरेन्स है। तर आई डोन्ट सी अहिले आउने जेनेरेसनले दुःख पाएको जस्तो चाहिँ मलाई लाग्दैन।
अमेरिका पुगेर धेरै कुरा सिकेका छन् विद्यार्थीहरूले। जस्तोसुकै परिस्थितिमा पनि आफ्नो जीवन चलाउन सिकेका छन्। नेपालमा भएको भए सायद त्यो सम्भव थिएन।
अमेरिकाले इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट चाहिँ एकदमै बनाउँछ।
सानै उमेरमा यदि इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट हुन सक्यो भने होइन, भोलि गएर जुन ठाउँमा पनि चाहे हामी नेपाल नै किन नफर्क्यौँ, त्यहीँ गएपछि पनि आफ्नो लाइफ अगाडि बढाउन चाहिँ गाह्रो हुँदैन।
अमेरिकामा काम सानो अथवा ठुलो भन्ने केही पनि कुराहरू छैन। अनि अर्को भने पढ्नुपर्छ है भन्ने चाहिँ एकदम उ छ यहाँनिर।
मान्छेको सोच, मान्छेको जीवन बाँच्ने तरिका, सोच्ने तरिका होइन, संसार कसरी फरक छ भन्ने कुरा पढेर भन्दा आएरै थाहा हुन्छ होइन।
छुट्टै रहनसहन, संस्कृति, भाषा, नियम, साथीभाइ, फरक पर्ने शैली, पढाइ र कामको चापले निम्त्याएको थकाइ। काम गर्ने अनि नियमित पढाइलाई ब्यालेन्स गर्दाको प्रेसर छँदैछ। फुर्सद कति हुँदैन। यो व्यस्तताले उनीहरूलाई केही असहज बनाउँछ, तर बिस्तारै बानी पर्छ।
कस्टमरहरू धेरै नै ह्यान्डल गर्नुपर्छ। लाइक देख्नु भएको जस्तो चाप धेरै हुन्छ। स्पेसली विकडेजमा चाहिँ अलि काम नै हुन्छ बिजनेस होइन।
फेसबुक सोसियल मिडियाहरूमा देख्ने चाहिँ कस्तो छ भन्दा हाम्रो 2 सेमेस्टरमा पढ्छौँ, पढे पछाडि 5-6 दिन ब्रेक हुन्छ, कुनै ठाउँमा घुम्न जान्छौँ, त्यो फोटो चाहिँ सोसियल मिडियामा आउँछ।
नेपालमा बस्नेहरू त्यहाँ पैसा फल्ने बोर्ड छ कि जस्तो गर्छन्। अध्ययनका लागि गएको विद्यार्थीले पैसा कमाउँछ भन्ने सोच्नु गलत हो। पढाइको अलावा उनीहरू काम पनि गर्छन्, तर त्यो पर्याप्त हुँदैन।
एज अ स्टुडेन्ट पनि धेरैको पर्सपेक्टिभ के छ भन्दा यहाँ आइसकेपछि चाहिँ दे विल बी एबल टु अर्न मनी, दे विल बी एबल टु चेन्ज देयर लाइफ भन्ने हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ है।
घरमा दिदी दाइहरूसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि, साथीहरूसँग कुरा गर्दाखेरि यस्तो रमाइलो गरिरहेको छस्, यस्तो गरिरहेको छस् भनेर भनिरहन्छ। तर हरेक कुरा कस्तो क्यालकुलेटेड हुनुपर्छ यहाँ होइन। अब एउटा रेस्टुरेन्ट जान्छु भन्यो भने सबसे पहिला ब्याङ्क अकाउन्टमा कति पैसा छ भनेर हेर्नुपर्छ।
फ्री टाइम भए पनि यहाँ चाहिँ त्यो त्यस्तो केही रमाइलो गर्न गाह्रो हुने क्या। जस्तो कहीँ जानु पऱ्यो भने गाह्रो हुने होइन। पहिलो त डिसी अति महँगो सिटी छ होइन। यहाँ रेन्ट र खानाले नै लाइक आफ्नो म रिसर्चमा छु होइन, रिसर्च टाइप पनि मात्रै पुग्छ क्या मेरो। अनि यस्तो केही रमाइलो गरेर घुम्न जाउँ भन्यो भने पुरा चेक गर्नुपर्छ क्या आफूलाई।
बुवा आमाको कमाइमा जीवन चलाएकाहरू आफू इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट भने हुन सकेका छन्।
मेरो आमा बाबाले चाहिँ कति स्ट्रगल गरेर हामीलाई चलाइराख्नु भएको रहेछ भन्ने कुरा अब आएर बुझेको छ क्या।
यथार्थ बुझेर जानेहरूका लागि गाह्रो छैन अमेरिका। जाने बित्तिकै ठुलो अपेक्षा राख्नेहरूका लागि अलिक कठिन छ। बग्रेलती खुलेका सपना बाँड्ने कन्सल्टेन्सीहरूको कमी छैन नेपालमा। विद्यार्थीहरू पीडित भएका रहेछन्।
कन्सल्टेन्सीले त राम्रो कुरा अभियसली भनिहाल्छ होइन। लाइक म यहाँ सेल गर्न बसिरहेको छु, मैले सबै राम्रो कुरा भनेर त सेल गर्छु नि।
सकेसम्म आफैले एप्लाई गर्ने क्या, किनभने केही गाह्रो छैन क्या। मात्र कलेजले तपाईँलाई कन्सल्टेन्सी यो गर, त्यो गर, यो गर, त्यो गर, यो गर, त्यो गर भने तपाईँलाई वाइल्ड पैसा खान्छ। त्यो पैसा तिर्ने नै होइन क्या।
युसेफ भन्ने एउटा नेपालमा छ, त्यहाँ चाहिँ सबै इन्फर्मेसन चाहिने जति इनकेस आफूलाई केही थाहा छैन भने नि सेसनहरू जाने, सोध्ने गरेर आफै प्रोसेस गर्न नि सकिँदो रहेछ भन्ने भयो मलाई।
धेरैले सोध्छन् अमेरिका सुरक्षित छ त? आफू असुरक्षित छु कि भन्ने नलागेको र त्यस्तो केही महसुस नगरेको स्वयं विद्यार्थीहरूले नै हामीलाई बताए। हामी पनि विश्वस्त भयौँ।
नेपालमा चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि अब त्यहाँ चाहिँ एकदम राति डराएर बस्नुपर्थ्यो। म राति हिँडिरहेको थिएँ भने म जहिले औँलाको बिचमा चाबी हालेर हिँड्थेँ। कोही आयो भने झ्यापा हानिहाल्छु भनेर। यहाँ चाहिँ सेफ छ भनेर थाहा छ कि, त्यही भएर एक्लै हिँड्नलाई राति त्यस्तो डराउनु पर्दैन।
यहाँ चाहिँ धेरै सिक्युरिटी छ सबैको लागि, स्पेसली फर गर्ल्स।
अमेरिकाका युनिभर्सिटी तथा कलेजहरूमा नेपाली स्टुडेन्ट युनियनले राम्रा काम गरेका छन्।
सबैभन्दा चाहिँ सुरुमा आउँदाखेरि हुने डिफिकल्टी भनेको अपार्टमेन्ट बुकिङ, एयरपोर्ट पिकअप, अनि त्यस पछाडि चाहिँ गएर साथीहरू चाहिँ रुम पार्टनरहरू खोज्ने, सेयर गर्ने, त्यो लगायत कुरामा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ सकेसम्म चाहिँ हेल्प गरेका छौँ।
नयाँ विद्यार्थीहरूलाई सहयोग गर्नुका साथै विभिन्न सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम गर्ने, दशैं तिहार जस्ता चाड मनाइने हुँदा आफ्नै देशमा बसे जस्तै सोच्दा रहेछन् उनीहरू।
आफ्नो घरबाट धेरै टाढा आए पनि हामीलाई चाहिँ फ्यामिली जस्तै फिल भएको कारणले गर्दा खासै मिस हुँदैन मलाई चाहिँ।
दसैँ प्रोग्राम पनि गरेका थियौँ अनि वी अलवेज पार्टिसिपेट इन इन्टरनेसनल विक।
आखिर जहाँ गए पनि यो मन त मेरो नेपाली हो,
जसो गर जे भन जतासुकै लैजाऊ मलाई, यो मन त मेरो नेपाली हो।
पढ्ने ठाउँमा मात्र होइन, कम्तीमा हप्तामा एकपटक भेट्ने र रमाइलो गर्ने गर्छन् नेपाली विद्यार्थीहरू, जसले सम्बन्ध बलियो बनाएको त छ नै, होमसिक हुन दिएको छैन। केही विद्यार्थीहरूले हाम्रो टिमलाई समेत घरमा लगी नेपाली खाना खुवायो। न्यानो आतिथ्यताको संस्कार अमेरिकामा जीवितै रहेछ। त्यसो त विभिन्न देशका विद्यार्थीहरूले समेत नेपालीलाई राम्रो मान्ने र उनीहरूसँग घुलमिल हुने रहेछन्।
It's been wonderful. Meeting them and finding about their culture has been probably the best part of college because they brought me in. I didn't know anything. I'm a country bumpkin. And they brought me in and taught me so many new things and delicious food, good dancing, and all of their celebrations and their religions, everything.
हरेक सोच र उद्देश्य बोकेर अमेरिका पुग्नेहरू छन्। अधिकांश खुसी देखिएका छन् र पढाइ सकि नेपाल फर्केर के गरौँ भन्ने विद्यार्थीहरूको पनि कमी छैन, जुन देशका लागि ब्रेन रिगेन गर्ने सुअवसर हो। यसका लागि राज्यले पनि वातावरण बनाइदिनु पर्दछ।
My mom is like, you should come back. After पढाइ सिद्धाएपछि यहाँ आउनुपर्छ, यहाँ धेरै रिसोर्सेस छ।
देशले सानो खर्च गरिरहेको छैन, हामी लगभग फ्री एजुकेसन लिएर आएका छौँ नेपालबाट भने we should give back.
राति सुत्न जाँदाखेरि एकचोटि नेपाल सम्झिन्छ। म धेरै कुरा गर्छु नेपालमा, घरमा पनि होइन। बुवा मम्मीले नि सोध्नुहुन्छ कहिले आउँछस् नेपाल, त्यहीँ बस्ने, हामीलाई यहाँ बिर्सिन्छस् भनेर भन्नुहुन्छ होइन। नेपालमा भोलि गएर के गर्ने अथवा म कहिले फर्किने भनेर सोध्छु। म फर्किने कि नफर्किने होइन कि अब कहिले फर्किने म नेपाल भनेर सोध्छु।
भर्खर अमेरिका पुगेर थोरै अनुभव लिएकादेखि वर्षौं त्यही बसिरहेकाहरूले अमेरिकालाई आफ्नै तरिकाले बुझेका छन्। उनीहरूको बुझाइ र सुझाव अमेरिका जान चाहने योजना बनाइरहेका विद्यार्थीहरूलाई मार्गदर्शक बन्न सक्छ। अमेरिका जानु अघि के कस्ता कुरामा ध्यान पुर्याउनु पर्दो रहेछ त?
आउने बित्तिकै डलर कमाउँछु, एकदमै इजी हुन्छ लाइफ, त्यसरी सोचेर कहिले पनि आउनु हुँदैन।
म पढ्छु भनेर आउनुपर्छ।
टार्गेट फर बिग। अमेरिका आउनु मात्रै अन्तिम उद्देश्य नहोस्, आएपछि के गर्ने त्यो थाहा पाएर चाहिँ आउनु होला भन्ने छ।
म गर्न सक्छु, मलाई इन्डिपेन्डेन्ट हुनु छ भन्नुहुन्छ भने चाहिँ आउनुहोस्, धेरै नै अपर्च्युनिटी छ युएसमा।
आउनुहोस् बाहिर, तर लिनुहोस् नलेज, हेर्नुहोस् सिस्टम कसरी डेभलप गरेका छन् कन्ट्रिजहरू, हेर्नुहोस् र त्यो नेपाललाई गिभिङ ब्याक गर्न जानुहोस्।
अभिभावकहरू राम्रो शिक्षाका लागि लगानी गर्न तयार छन् र गरिरहेका छन्। नेपालको भन्दा कैयौं गुणा महँगो छ अमेरिकाको पढाइ। यद्यपि त्यहाँ जाने विद्यार्थीहरूको संख्या घटेको छैन, उल्टै तीव्र गतिमा बढेको छ। अभिभावकले आज गरेको लगानी भविष्यका लागि हो र यो अमेरिकाले जितेको विश्वास हो। भौगोलिक हिसाबले अमेरिका नेपालभन्दा धेरै टाढा भए पनि इन्टरनेटले जोडेको संसारमा थाहा पाउन असम्भव केही छैन। खाली तिर्खा लागेको व्यक्तिले खोला धाउन सक्नु पर्यो। समग्रमा अमेरिका पुगेका विद्यार्थीहरूको जीवनशैली पढाइ पश्चातको रोजगारी र कमाई लोभ लाग्दो छ र अमेरिका पुगेकोमा गर्व गर्नेहरू धेरै छन्। नेपाल स्थित युसेफ मार्फत अमेरिका अध्ययनबारे समष्टिगत जानकारी लिएर जान सके त्यहाँ पुगेपछि विद्यार्थीहरूले दुःख पाउनु पर्दैन। अमेरिकालाई धेरै उपनामले चिनिन्छ। अधिकांशले भन्छन् अमेरिका इज द ल्यान्ड अफ अपर्च्युनिटिज। सायदै यसमा कसैको विमति रहला।
अपर्च्युनिटी धेरै कुरा छ, यहाँ धेरै अवसरहरू छ, अपर्च्युनिटी छ।
हार्वर्ड, MIT जस्ता विश्वका उत्कृष्ट युनिभर्सिटी मात्र होइन, 4500 भन्दा बढी एक्रिडेटेड शिक्षण संस्थाहरू अमेरिकामै छन्। अध्ययनका लागि वर्षेनी लाखौंको संख्यामा विद्यार्थीहरू अमेरिका पुग्ने गर्दछन्। संसारभर मान्यता प्राप्त अमेरिकन शिक्षा पढेपछि आफ्नो भविष्य सुरक्षित हुनेमा दुई मत छैन। त्यसैले होला अमेरिकाको भिसा लाग्नुलाई आफ्नो लकसँग तुलना गर्छन् विद्यार्थीहरू।
एकदमै खुसी लागेको थियो मलाई, मेरो फ्यामिली मभन्दा बढी खुसी हुनुभएको थियो अनि मलाई एकदमै खुसी लागेको थियो।
पढाइसक्ने बित्तिकै बजारमा बिक्न सक्ने व्यवहारिक शिक्षा दिएको अमेरिकाका विभिन्न शिक्षण संस्थामा पढ्ने विद्यार्थीहरू हजारौंको संख्यामा छन्। विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि उपयुक्त छनौट दिएको छ अमेरिकाले। युनिभर्सिटी पढ्ने या सामुदायिक कलेज, 4500 भन्दा बढी युनिभर्सिटी तथा कलेज छन्। यदि आफ्नो भविष्यप्रति आत्मविश्वास छ भने आज गरेको दुःख र भोगेको कठिनाइले सायदै फरक पार्ने रहेछ भन्ने हामीले बुझ्यौं। सुरुका दिनमा केही असहज महसुस गरेका विद्यार्थीहरू ढुक्क रहेछन्। कम्तीमा अमेरिकाको डिग्री हातमा छ भने भोलिको चिन्ता गर्नु पर्दैन।
हामी चाहिँ नेपालबाट आएको मान्छे र अहिले यहाँ अमेरिकामा बसिरहेको छौँ, त्यसैले चाहिँ हाम्रो अलिकति पर्सपेक्टिभ चाहिँ ग्लोबल पर्सपेक्टिभ हुन्छ कि, किनभने हामीले चाहिँ कम्पेयर गर्न सक्छौँ, रिलेट गर्न सक्छौँ नेपाल कस्तो छ, यहाँ कस्तो छ। अनि त्यो कम्पेरिजनकै कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा नयाँ आउटलुक दिँदो रहेछ।
अहिले दुःख छ, महँगो लगानी गरी अभिभावकले अमेरिका पढ्न पठाएका छन्, तर शिक्षामा गरिएको लगानी जीवनभरका लागि रहन्छ। विकसित देश अमेरिकामा पढ्नु र डिग्री लिनु भनेको संसारभर प्रतिस्पर्धा गर्न सक्ने सक्षम जनशक्ति बन्नु पनि हो। यो शिक्षाले ग्लोबल सिटिजन बनाउँछ, जहाँसुकै बिक्ने र प्रतिस्पर्धा गर्न सक्ने, किनकि संसार निकै प्रतिस्पर्धी भएको छ। विद्यार्थीहरू स्वयं भन्छन् अमेरिका इज द ल्यान्ड अफ अपर्च्युनिटिज।
एउटा किराना पसल थियो भने यहाँनिर चाहिँ एउटा ठुलो अथवा ठुलो क्यान्डी सप जस्तो हुन्छ, त्यति धेरै पोसिबिलिटी हुन्छ।
नेपालमा रहँदा म जुन लेभलले सोच्थेँ त्यो अहिले मैले भनिरहेको छु त्यो लेभलको मैले सोचाइ राख्न सक्दिनँ थिएँ।
अब अपर्च्युनिटिजहरू छ होइन, अब अमेरिकामा अनि सबै कुरा राम्रै छ।
अवसर छ भन्दैमा मेहनत त गर्नै पर्छ। बाटो हजार छन् अमेरिकामा, सही बाटो ठम्याउने र हिँड्ने त आफैले हो।
अमेरिकामा आएपछि धेरै बाटो छन्। यहाँ तपाईँले पढेर कर्पोरेट क्षेत्रमा गएर त्यहाँ प्रगति गर्न सकिन्छ। यहाँ आएर PhD गरेर एकाडेमिक फिल्डमा लाग्ने भने त्यो गर्न सकिन्छ, अथवा नेपाल फर्कियो भने धेरै ज्ञान थाहा हुन्छ।
कोही अहिले नै 2-4 पैसा कमाउन तल्लिन्छन् भने कोही बढी नै दुःख सहेर पनि पढाइसक्ने ध्याउन्नमा छन्। आफूलाई के कुराले खुसी पार्छ भन्ने हो। आफ्नो गन्तव्य भुलेर वर्तमानको क्षणिक रमझममा भुल्नेहरू भविष्यमा पछुताएका पनि छन्। जे उद्देश्यका लागि गएको हो त्यो पूरा गर्ने, त्यसपछि अवसरले नै उनीहरूलाई पछ्याउन थाल्छ। अमेरिका आफैमा मल्टिकल्चरल छ। त्यहाँ जस्तो व्यक्ति पनि एडजस्ट गर्न सक्छ। संसारभरका लाखौं विद्यार्थीहरू मात्र अध्ययनका लागि पुगेका छन्। पढ्नका लागि विद्यार्थीहरूलाई विभिन्न छनौट दिइएको छ। महँगोमा पढ्ने कि सस्तोमा। कम पैसामा अमेरिकन डिग्री लिन्छु भन्नेहरूका लागि कम्युनिटी कलेज छ, जुन युनिभर्सिटी भन्दा धेरै सस्तो छ, तर पढाइने डिग्री उस्तै छ। एसोसिएट डिग्री लिएपछि युनिभर्सिटीमा क्रेडिट ट्रान्सफर लिएर पढ्न सकिन्छ। धेरै नेपाली विद्यार्थीहरूले यो विकल्प रोजी कम्युनिटी कलेज पढ्दै गरेको पनि भेट्टायौं।
We take care of our international students as far as guiding them into the career that they want to get into. One of the main reasons, the difference between going into the university directly as opposed to a community college like us at Mountain View College, which we are a two-year program, the students would get an associate degree.
राम्रो युनिभर्सिटीमा पढी युनिभर्सिटीमै प्राध्यापन गरिरहेका नेपालीको संख्या पनि कम छैन अमेरिकामा। उनी हाल युनिभर्सिटी अफ टेक्सासमा प्राध्यापकको रूपमा कार्यरत छन्। उनको यात्रा पनि अन्य विद्यार्थीको जस्तै छ।
जे परे पनि आई विल फेस इट, म गर्न सक्छु, गर्छु भन्ने एउटा भित्रबाट आत्मविश्वास थियो। पढ्ने, काम गर्ने राम्रो अपर्च्युनिटीहरू छ भने रमाइलोतिर लाग्ने अपर्च्युनिटीहरू पनि धेरै नै छ।
तर आफ्नो लक्ष्यमा अविचलित भई मेहनत गर्दा गन्तव्य भेट्टाउन गाह्रो रहेनछ।
मेरो लागि एउटा गोल थियो नि त, म यो गोलमा पुग्छु
होइन म फिजिक्समा पिएचडी गरेर म रिसर्चर म साइन्टिस्ट हुन्छु भन्ने गोल थियो त्यही भएर आई वर्क फर इट नेपाली स्टुडेन्टहरूलाई पनि त्यही भन्छु फाइन्ड योर इन्ट्रेस्ट अनि वर्क फर इट
पिएचडी गर्दै गरेका यी अर्का विद्यार्थीले पढाइ नसकिँदै प्राध्यापन गर्ने काम पाइसकेका छन्
मेरो चाहिँ पिएचडी यो मेमा सकिँदैछ र त्यसपछि चाहिँ मैले युनिभर्सिटी अफ साउथ डेकोटा भर्मिलनमा मैले एसिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसरको जब हिजो मात्र एक्सेप्ट गरेँ इट्स काइन्ड अफ ड्रिम हुन्छ नि तपाईँ पिएचडी गरेपछि भोलि गएर फ्याकल्टी बनेर हुन्छ नि प्रोफेसर पोजिसन पाऊँ भन्ने त्यो एउटा ड्रिम हो र मैले त्यो रियलाइज गरेँ होइन तर यसको लागि चाहिँ अब डेफिनेटली आफूले त्याग गर्नुपर्छ आफूले मेहनत गर्नुपर्छ
उता क्यामरून युनिभर्सिटीमा म्याथमेटिक्स डिपार्टमेन्ट प्रमुख रहेका डाक्टर नारायण थापा पनि विद्यार्थीकै रूपमा अमेरिका पुगेका थिए
करिब 16 वर्ष अगाडि म चाहिँ नि त्यतिखेर चाहिँ काठमाडौँमा बसेर मास्टर्स डिग्री सकाएर धेरै विश्वविद्यालयमा अथवा कलेजमा चाहिँ अध्यापन गराउने त्यसपछि गएर चाहिँ नि अब जिन्दगीमा केही गरौँ भन्ने उद्देश्यले अब के गर्ने त भन्दाखेरि एउटा यो चाहिँ विद्यावारिधि गर्नुपर्छ र गर्न साध्य मन लाग्यो युनिभर्सिटी अफ ओक्लाहोमा भन्ने छ अनि त्यसको लागि चाहिँ मैले टिचिङ असिस्टेन्ट भन्छ फुल स्कलरसिप लाई अप्लाई गरेँ अनि लकिली उनीहरूले चाहिँ एक्सेप्ट गर्यो अनि एक्सेप्ट गरेपछि म चाहिँ 2002 मा चाहिँ तपाईँको यहाँ चाहिँ युएसमा चाहिँ पहिलोचोटि आएँ
लगनशीलता र गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने दृढ इच्छा शक्तिले उनलाई आज सफल बनायो
आफ्नो धरातल कुन हो त्यो कुरो बिर्सनु भएन र आफू पुग्ने ठाउँ कुन हो त्यो कुरो पनि बिर्सनु भएन यदि आफूलाई चाहिँ ती दुईटा कुराहरूको चाहिँ ख्याल छ भने ढिलो हुन सक्ला बीचमा अप्ठ्यारो पर्न सक्ला गाह्रो पर्न सक्ला तर एट द एन्ड अफ द डे डेस्टिनेसनमा चाहिँ पुगिन्छ
अवसर र सम्भावनाको खानी बनिएको देश अमेरिका शिक्षण संस्थाहरूले अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि अत्यन्तै प्राथमिकता दिएका रहेछन्
At this point, our university is open to talented students from across the world. Our university is a university of over 50,000 students across the globe. We're very proud to be home to more than 300 Nepalese students. And so it's a thrill to be able to talk directly to Nepal and to share our excitement about their presence on our campus.
We've seen a tremendous increase in enrollment of students from Nepal over probably the last 5 to 6 years. We've seen the population go from single digits to well over 100 students, and that seems to be largely based on word of mouth.
विद्यार्थीहरूलाई लाग्न सक्छ अमेरिका जस्तो विशाल मुलुकमा हजारौं विद्यार्थीहरू एउटै युनिभर्सिटीमा अध्ययन गरिरहेका हुन्छन् त्यहाँ कसरी एडजस्ट गर्ने विद्यार्थीहरूका लागि सहज हुने शैक्षिक वातावरण त्यहाँ सिर्जना गरिएको रहेछ युनिभर्सिटी तथा कलेजका प्रतिनिधिले हामीलाई बताए
The central states in the United States, Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, New Mexico, these states are a quarter less expensive to live and to study. So tuition is a lot lower and the cost of living is much more affordable. And so that combination of an exciting context, being able to get in and being able to pay for your studies, that makes it a great combination for students from Nepal.
Changing your life to living in a new place is something you cannot fix before you come. Okay? So that's something that you just have to experience. Part of our orientation talks about cultural adjustment, the whole process. Learning about culture is like an iceberg. You see the tip, but you don't know what's underneath the water. And that's a great way to kind of ease your transition into your academic life, but also your physical life here in the United States.
When you come off of the plane and you start to meet people who are helping you by saying, well, here's a group of apartments, we actually have a room open, here are some things that can happen for you. When you're greeted by professors and people are trying to help you find a work-study job and get started and getting things going, where you have more support, more interaction, more people with whom you can speak.
अमेरिकन सरकारले अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विद्यार्थीहरूलाई लक्षित गरी त्यहाँको शिक्षा र अध्ययनको अवसरबारे पर्याप्त जानकारी दिँदै आएको छ। यो वर्ष त सबैभन्दा धेरै अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विद्यार्थीहरू भित्राएको छ अमेरिकाले। हामी एजुकेशन USA पनि पुग्यौं थप जानकारी लिन।
Education USA is the US Department of State's global network of educational advising centers in basically every country of the world. We have 426 centers, 550 advisors, whose goal is to help students all over the world access U.S. higher education. There are 4,700 accredited universities and colleges in the United States, and they are welcoming international students from Nepal and elsewhere. 1.08 million students is a record for the United States. We saw student numbers increase by a little over 3% last year, and it shows how dedicated the United States is to international students. So we give advice to students about how to apply, we talk about the range of options they have, and we make sure that students are able to find the right fit institution for them.
विद्यार्थीहरूलाई लाग्न सक्छ अमेरिकामा 4500 भन्दा बढी एक्रिडेटेड शिक्षण संस्थाहरू छन्। कुन ठाउँ अनि कुन शिक्षण संस्था उपयुक्त हुन सक्छ कसरी थाहा पाउने? कन्सल्टेन्सीमा गएर ठगिनुको सट्टा एजुकेशन USA का विश्वभर रहेका कार्यालय मार्फत सही जानकारी लिन सकिने पनि बताइएको छ।
We say work directly with schools is that, of course, what's in the student's best interest is to find the right fit. If you have an agent that is representing only one place or a few places, you're not sure that the student is going to get the full range of options, right? To find out where could I go? What other options do I have? It's important for students to realize they have to take this, the responsibility themselves to do the research. We provide free services. Education USA is dedicated to be a good resource for them. We have 4 excellent advisors in Kathmandu. We have a comprehensive advising center in Kathmandu, which is at the Fulbright Commission, with 4 very dedicated expert advisors who can help students to find that right fit, to look at the many different options they have and see what's right for them. We are also opening a reference center, so a consultative center in Pokhara, outside Kathmandu, because we want to make sure that students outside the metropolitan area also have access to this information.
अहिले अमेरिकामा भिसा पाइदैन, सुरक्षित छैन भन्नेहरूका लागि एजुकेशन USA को भनाइ यस्तो छ।
The visa decision is individual to each student. It shouldn't be linked to the institution per se, although, for example, if an institution isn't accredited or if it isn't bona fides, there may be questions about that. Not only are you welcome here, but we absolutely want you to come to the United States. You enrich us, you're a part of us, and we all succeed together when we learn together. Likewise on safety, we know that students are concerned about safety and that's an issue. American campuses have to be among the safest places, in the country. I mean, there are places where security is taken extremely seriously. How impressed I am with students from Nepal that come to the United States. We know that we benefit from every student that comes here because they enrich our classrooms. American students grow through them. We are all living in a global world, in a global marketplace. We need to grow together. We compete together in this world, and so better that we do it together through learning. And students are absolutely welcome here, and I know that campuses are dedicated to their professional and personal growth and success.
हामीले यसै बारेमा अमेरिका स्थित नेपाली दूतावासको धारणा पनि जान्न खोज्यौं। महामहिम राजदूत डाक्टर अर्जुन बहादुर कार्कीलाई भेट्यौं। अमेरिकामा रहेका अधिकांश नेपालीहरूले राम्रो गरेको दूतावासले बतायो।
धेरै जस्तो विद्यार्थीहरूले राम्रो गर्नुभएको छ। हाम्रो यहाँनेर पढ्न भनेरै आएका विद्यार्थीहरू ठुलठुला युनिभर्सिटीमा, अमेरिकामा पनि, युरोपमा पनि कठिन मानिने विषयका प्राध्यापकहरू भएर म्याथमेटिक्स, फिजिक्स जस्ता विषयहरू पढाउने प्राध्यापकहरू भएर काम गरिरहेको अवस्था छ। ठुलठुला वैज्ञानिकहरू नेपालीहरू बनेर यहीँ नै काम गरिरहेको अवस्था छ। त्यसो भएको हुनाले नेपालीहरूको एउटा बौद्धिक क्षेत्रमा र शैक्षिक प्रतिष्ठानहरूमा ज्यादै राम्रो नाम छ।
के कुरामा ध्यान दिएर अमेरिका गयो भने विद्यार्थीहरूलाई सहज होला भन्ने प्रश्नमा महामहिम राजदूतले यस्तो सल्लाह दिए।
जहाँ गएर पनि अब जसले मेहनत गर्न सक्छ, सङ्घर्ष गर्न सक्छ, उसको राम्रो सम्भावना छ। अब अमेरिका नै आएर पनि बढी मेहनत नगर्ने, आफ्नो विषयमा केन्द्रित भएर काम नगर्ने नेपाली दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरूले दुःख पाएको अवस्था पनि छ। सबभन्दा पहिला त अमेरिका आउने भने अमेरिका आउनु कारण के हो त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ तपाईँसँग क्ल्यारिटी हुनुपर्छ। अमेरिका र नेपाल दुइटै मिलेर हामीले एउटा यस्तो वातावरण बनाउन सकौँ जसले चाहिँ हाम्रा विभिन्न खालका आधुनिक ज्ञान हासिल गर्न चाहने हाम्रा युवा युवतीहरूले अमेरिकामा आएर सजिलै अध्ययन गर्न सकुन् र अध्ययन गरिसकेपछि त्यो ज्ञान र सिपलाई चाहिँ नेपालमा उपयोग गर्नलाई चाहिँ नै उनीहरू नेपाल फर्केर जाउँ भन्ने खालको वातावरण बनाउनका निम्ति हामी सबै लागि पर्यौँ भने दुईटै देशको हितमा हाम्रो यो एजुकेसनल एक्सचेन्ज ले फाइदा पुर्याउन सक्छ।
समग्रमा हामीले यो थाहा पायौँ कि अमेरिका अवसर र सम्भावनाको खानी भएकोमा शङ्कै छैन। आफूले त्यो अवसरलाई कसरी लिने भन्ने कुरा मात्र हो। बुझ्ने माध्यम धेरै छन्। सही गन्तव्यमा पुग्न कदम सही हुनैपर्छ। आखिर भनिन्छ नि, जर्नी अफ 1000 miles starts from a first step.
Saujanya Media presents Info Plus for genuine information.
Tristam, you are welcome to our television show.
Thank you.
The US is always #1 choice for a Nepalese student. What's your observation on this?
Well, I think it's pretty easy. The United States has some of the best universities in the world. It has, in terms of choice, look at the competition. So we have 4,500 US universities at every level, at every program, and at every price point. If you look at another country like, let's take Australia, they only have 62 universities. Let's take a look at the United Kingdom. They only have 392 universities. So, I mean, the choice is obvious, but it's also quality. Of the top 100 universities in the world, over 50 of them are located in America. So if you want quality, choice, and affordability, to say nothing of financial aid, America really is your top choice.
Before to go to US, we had couple of questions which was given by students and parents. They were asking about this is good time to go to US or not, is this safe or not. But when we had a statistics of Open Doors yeah. 2017, it was surprising fact for us that Nepali community or Nepali students numbers were one of the highest growth all across the world, which was almost 20% growth.
And per capita, I mean, I think this is important. Nepal is one of the fastest growing, faster than India, faster than China, per capita in Asia. And I think that's important. Well, look, it's a good time to go study in America if you're qualified. And something I really want to emphasize is a U.S. education is not for everyone. And I think what we've seen is people not using consultancies, people going to United States Education Foundation and other similar free institutions, looking online, finding the right education for them, not just trying to go to America at any cost. I think that's the wrong way to approach it. Doing your research, finding the right program, being able to afford it, that's what's happening. And I think that's the most important thing in the growth of U.S. Institutions enrolling a higher number of Nepali students.
How do you see how do you evaluate the growth?
Well, I mean, I think it's going up, but it's not to say people don't get refused visas. They do, but visas are the last part of it. You know, the visa is the last thing you do before you get on the plane and go. It really is, I think a lot of people will use consultancies. And if someone's watching here, I want to say, don't use consultancies. They're not in it for the interest of the student or the parent. They're doing it for themselves. And a lot of time, they give very bad information. Finding the right program for you, finding a program you can afford, that's the most important thing. And then getting in there. If you can get into a really good program, if you're a great student, all doors are open to you. And I think we've seen a real increase in the quality of applications and a quality of the students that are applying for the U.S. It's not to say people don't apply and get rejected. They do, but it's generally because their program makes no sense. It's not the right program for them. They can't afford it, et cetera, et cetera. So I think the growth is actually a growth in quality.
U.S. is very big country.
It is.
You earlier mentioned that you have more than 4,500 universities
Correct.
and colleges.
Correct.
Some of your states are bigger than our country. So
Correct.
they are sometimes in dilemma, you know. If we are talking about New York, where New York?
I'm from New York. I'm
Okay.
from New York. New York has the same population as Nepal.
Exactly.
Okay?
So my point
it's about
is, I
the
mean,
same size as Nepal,
yeah.
too.
So my point is, like, when we talk about going to US is very big
It
country,
is.
and you have varieties of choices.
We do.
So how can students, get right source to go, oh, this is right fit for me?
Yeah.
How can they match it?
Well, I gotta give you a couple things. First of all, I'm from New York, but I'm not from New York City. I'm from New York, and I grew up on a farm of 15 acres that has in a town that only has 3,000 people.
Okay.
You know, Gao Macha, like really out there in the middle of nowhere. And I think that's shocking to people that I grew up in a vegetable farm. We heated our house by wood. Okay. We were on a well. Like when you think of New York, you think yellow cabs, skyscrapers. Yeah. I had none of that growing up. So do your research is what I gotta say. Mm-hmm. And there's some things that are very important. I was having dinner on Sunday night actually with an American grad, and he went to Minnesota. And one of my colleagues said, you know, you were meant at Minnesota, and what did you think? He said, I thought it was cold. You know, it's more snow and ice than you'll ever see. So, you know, I think doing the research, finding the right fit for you, and whatever, you know, when you're 18, what is the right fit? Exactly. When you think about how much you knew as a 18-year-old and how much you know now, you're a different person.
Exactly.
And I think, what is it that's most important to you? Is it a city? Is it the country? Is it the campus? Is it the program? I mean, is it the affordability? I think money is a big factor in education. Education's expensive, but it's the most important investment you'll make in your entire life. So it's something you want to go into with all of the facts. Use the internet, go to the U.S. Education Foundation and get counseling. Get free, qualified counseling. That's my best recommendation.
I earlier told you about some of the bad experience that the students shared from United States. They visited some of the consultancies, and you know the fact that Nepal has more than 1,500 consultancies, and they are just selling the dreams.
They
to
are.
The students.
They are.
So how can what are the other access for the students? Like they can go to USCF, or you do organize frequently. Education fairs as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like buying. It's a large purchase. Think about it as a large purchase. If you were to buy a car, would you go to one dealership and buy the first car you saw? You wouldn't. You'd want to go to several different dealerships. You want to look around, maybe test drive it, stuff like that. And so we offer through the United States Education Foundation free academic advising. Also in Pokhara. If you're in Pokhara, there's a place called Learning House. One of our partners, same deal. We offer free counseling there, but that's not all. We bring hundreds of U.S. universities to Nepal every single year. We have these big education fairs, free and open to the public, American institutions only. The choice isn't, should I go to Australia, should I go to America? We want people who are informed who know, okay, America's right for me. And look, Australia, Britain, I studied in the UK. Those are great choices for some people, but once you know where you want to go, once you've done the research, internet, talk to the people who are the representation from the school. Talk to them about scholarships, talk to them about campus life. Do your research and start early. If I were a 14 or 15-year-old student, or I'm a parent of a 14 or 15-year-old, that's the right time to think about a U.S. education. You can still do it when you're 17, but then you're really kind of behind the game. So my basic advice, don't use consultancies. They may tell you, hey, we're going to help you, but they're there to make money. All of them are for profit. All of them are trying to make money. Go to the free resources, talk to the universities directly. You can even email them. Most of them will answer you within a couple of days. Go to our fairs and then sit down at the kitchen table between parent, student. If you go to a school that has a guidance counselor, talk to your guidance counselor. There are so many free resources out there. There's no reason for anybody to be using a consultancy.
You are educating, or you are publishing advertisements on newspapers, and you are organizing education fairs.
Yeah.
To educate students and parents that you have to go directly to USCR for get direct information. Are you doing any sort of other things for the students, for the awareness of the students and parents?
We're doing so many things for them. So we print brochures. Come check our website. Our website is always open. You can do it at any point in time. And we also do a live web chat on Facebook every single month on visas with our consular officers. So there's no shortage of resources out there. But it does look, as I said before, a U.S. education is not for everyone. We want the best and the brightest, and it requires work. You can't just fall into it. You don't just accidentally end up at the university. It's a lot of hard work. It's a long process. You should start it, I would say, your second year at high school, and then work towards it. But you know what? Something you work that hard for usually ends up being worth it.
Again, I'll relate my experience visiting in US. Normally, most of these students, I think you also interacted with hundreds of students here.
Thousands.
Students think that after getting visa, they got everything. But when we interacted in US, the journey had just begun.
Right.
So I think we have to change. We have to educate to the students who are planning to go to the US that you have to be better prepared, better informed.
I'm glad you brought that up, because at USCF, once again, I hate to sound like a broken record, we offer pre-departure orientations, and I think this is a key component to studying to the US. If you travel to any foreign country, it's going to be different, and your expectations are going to be, it's going to be very hard to find dal bhat. You're going to have to make it yourself, or find a Nepali restaurant.
Exactly.
We don't serve it generally in restaurants in America. Just little things like that, things you don't really expect. I knew a lot of foreign students when I was going to university, and coming from another culture, it can be a little bit scary or shocking. Ultimately, I think Americans are very welcoming and very friendly and want to put foreigners at ease and welcome into our community people from another country who come to study in America. But I think it's important to go with a set of expectations that's realistic. America's expensive. A cup of coffee here maybe costs, 100 rupees or even less. In America, it can cost $4 to $5. That's almost 500, like 5 times. So you've got to find ways to make sure your budget is fitting, that you're able to afford your education, but also then there's different cultural norms and situations. It's just really helpful to, usually we have returned students, returned alumni who conduct these orientations, and so it's a Nepali student telling it from their perspective.
This time we visited Washington, D.C., Texas, and Oklahoma. I interacted with hundreds of Nepalese students. Mostly they are quite happy about the education. In Nepal, we have a never-ending debate that either they are coming back for the development of our country because our country need them. What's your advice for those students who are having education in the U.S.?
We really hope that a student comes back to Nepal. I think Nepal needs its talent to come back. We are happy to educate Nepali students. And look, but you never know what happens. Sometimes you meet someone and make a life in a new country. I know that because my mother was an immigrant from another country. My wife is an immigrant from another country, so it happens. But generally speaking, we encourage people to complete their studies, maybe a year or two of practical training, and then come on back. But I can't predict the future. Don't overstay your visa, for sure. That is not going to result in a good outcome. Get the experience you need in America and come on back, because there's tons of opportunity for a U.S. grad. If you come back to Nepal with a U.S. education, all doors are open to you. Really, really, it's just your golden ticket to a great future in Nepal. And as I said before, Nepal can be a lot cheaper than America.
What you would like to say to the viewers who are planning to go to the U.S. at this point of time?
For the children and students who are thinking about a U.S. education, really concentrate on your studies. really do your research and make sure that your program makes sense for your life. For the parents, I'd say America's a safe place for your child to go, but really have a very frank talk with your students about costs. Look into the costs. It's expensive. The good news is, the better the student, the more financial aid and scholarships are available. And they're very much available. But I think, again, a U.S. education is not for everyone. And just applying to apply isn't going to work. Really study hard, go to USEF, do your research, and when you're all done with that and you've been accepted to the greatest university you can that you can best afford, only then should you be thinking about the visa. Yes. Only then. And if you've done everything before, it's no problem. If you've skimped on any step or you're using one of these consultancies that's misleading you, it's probably not going to happen.
Exactly. Before to end up, this year U.S. Embassy is celebrating 70th anniversary.
Correct.
On U.S.-Nepal bilateral relations. Can you please share us more on the U.S. support in Nepal's educational development?
Sure. Well, you know, as the chairman of the board of the Fulbright Commission, I must say we send some of the most qualified Nepali students on a full scholarship to the U.S. every single year to study through the Fulbright Scholarship. We also get a number of incredible American scholars and students to come here and do research in Nepal, and this academic exchange has been happening since 1961. We provide tremendous amounts of support for higher education here in Nepal throughout our 70-year history, and we've had thousands of Americans come and study in Nepal, thousands of Nepalis study in America and come back and help make Nepal great, and I really think that that can continue for the next 70 years. This is a record number of Nepali students enrolled full-time in U.S. degree-granting universities, and I'd like to see more qualified Nepalis who can afford to study in the U.S. apply. So I'm looking forward to another 70 years.
Can you share a few words about this visit journey to USA?
Sure.
Your initiation.
Well, you kept asking me until I said yes. I mean, no, this is an important program that we want to have specific topics covered in the U.S. We want to do partnerships with media, and I think it's a program that facilitates a foreign news crew like yourself being able to go and shoot something without us you'd never be able to do. So it's a real opportunity for journalists from Nepal, TV cooperatives from Nepal to go and get stories that just otherwise aren't possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it.
Time and information. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
InfoPlus, for genuine information. Saujanya Media presents InfoPlus, for genuine information.
First of all, you are welcome to my television show. Excellency, we have learned that US is #1 and first choice for Nepalese students aspiring to study abroad. What is your observation on this?
Well, thank you for having me on the show and giving me an opportunity to talk with you about some of your experience there. And as you've just highlighted, yes, Nepali students are increasing in number in the U.S., and we're really pleased with that. It's the quality of the students, the diversity of the students is all rising. And of course, with those numbers going up, I think what it means is a big boon for Nepal. Students are studying a whole variety of subjects, whether it's engineering or it's science or math, or they're looking at journalism, for example. And it's certainly my hope that people will get great educations, they're going to learn valuable skills, and they're going to want to come back here and apply these skills in Nepal and really help with the country's development.
According to the 2017 Open Doors report, as you rightly mentioned, Nepali students' population is one of the fastest growing population in US. Around 11,670 students went to US according to this report. How do you evaluate the growth? Is this sustainable?
The numbers keep going up. I have the data from the report here as well, and Nepal's now 12th among the top 25 source countries for undergraduate and graduate degrees in terms of the growth of the student population. They posted student growth at 42.4%, which is a huge number. And is it sustainable? You know, that's a really good question. I mean, I think as the conditions improve in Nepal, the economy continues to grow. People are going to be looking for quality education, and the U.S. is, I think, going to remain a top destination. And certainly, our hope is that people will look to the United States for that opportunity. We've got very strong connections between our two countries, and a lot of that connectivity is the result of Nepalis studying in the United States, and of course Americans who come here to study through the Fulbright and other programs. But I think it is sustainable, and I'm hoping that it's something that is all linked. You know, those graduates are going to come back, they're going to contribute to the economy, that's going to spur more opportunity for people to study in the U.S.
Okay. U.S. is, of course, a big country, and you have more than 4,000 universities and colleges. Sometimes the students are in dilemma, you know, how to find the, you know, best match for them. And we have to understand that U.S. education is very expensive as well. So what's your advice to them? You know, how can they find the best institutions for them?
Well, you've highlighted the key dilemma, so many opportunities, and they're not free. There's no free money to go to school. So the first step for anybody interested in an opportunity in the U.S. is to do their homework. They need to do some research, and of course, looking on the internet at school websites is definitely one way to go straight to the source, evaluate the schools, all of the schools and universities in the U.S., publish materials about their admissions. They talk about what the qualifications requirements are for students who are applying. They talk about financial aid that might or might not be available. So that information is there, and it is directly available to the prospective student and their family. We also offer educational advising through the United States Educational Foundation, and we do seminars periodically. We have advising through the American Corners, and we have information on the web that people can access directly. But the key thing, and I've gone through this with my own children as they were looking to study at university, is you have to spend the time to research the right school, find the one that has the subject matter expertise that you're interested in, or maybe the student population or the location that might offer, you know, financial aid if that's something that is needed. Many schools do offer aid, but it's not a guarantee. And as you pointed out, a college education is very expensive. So I think prospective students should not think that it is a guarantee they'll get assistance. That said, there are opportunities, there are scholarships in the schools themselves, but they have to do the research. The one thing I recommend to prospective students is they go direct to the source. They don't rely on these education or visa consultancies that frankly channel students to schools that are not perhaps the best in the country, that don't give good advice, and aren't really looking out for the interests of the student. The student is going to be the best judge, you know, about what will work for them. So I think it's that period of research that's going to be very important because exams have to be taken. College applications can vary from school to school. A lot of information has to be provided. These are things people should be researching almost 2 years, you know, before even considering applying.
Would you mind to give us the right way to go to US? Because while serving lots of varieties into a plate, you have community college, state universities and universities, especially for those parents who are watching you on Nepali television. What's your suggestions to them? What could be the reliable information they can get people to go to the US? Do you have any?
And you're right that there are so many different kinds of colleges and universities, and community colleges tend to be a little smaller, locally focused. They often only offer up to 2-year degrees. Sometimes people start out there and then go on to a 4-year university. public institutions, state universities, are as good as private institutions, but sometimes they differ in approach. Often the flagship campus, the main campus, will be known for research. Some state universities are known for a specialty. Maybe one might specialize in agriculture, or one is known for engineering. And then, of course, there are a variety of private schools that range from very small, just a couple hundred students, to thousands of students. So back to the research issue. People really are going to have to go and look for the education that they want and narrow down the list of schools. And sometimes it's just a matter of going to the internet, going to Google and saying, you know, what are the best engineering schools? Or using some of the book resources, or what are the best schools for pre-law or pre-medicine? What are the best schools for business? There are many, many lists of these schools, and then parents can get a name, students can get a name, they can begin to do research looking straight to the school's website. All schools and universities in the US have some presence on the internet, and I know that's not something that all Nepalis have access to, but many have a mobile phone. And they can do some of these lookups, or they can come to our American corners and do some of this research. That's really the key thing, is kind of narrowing down the interest base. Again, I know when I went through this with my own children, one of whom was interested in becoming a doctor at some point. And so we started our search with, well, what are good schools for a pre-med degree? What could he look at? And maybe where does he want to be located? In the center of the United States, a more rural area, a more urban area? Some of these aggregator websites can help narrow down. Again, what I advise parents, though, is do the research yourself. And I advise to the student, do the research yourself. Don't go to consultants who aren't necessarily looking, for that interest. And the research you do is free. It's just your time you commit, at the end of the day. Maybe your cell phone bill. But paying a consultant isn't going to get you to finding that place that feels good for you and is comfortable for you. So I think, that's why I recommend that long period of time, allowing families to go through this, spend the time to dig in. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I think it's worth it in the end to find that good fit.
In Nepal, we know that we have around more than 1,500 consultancies, and we're not sure how they are performing. We're not sure about how professional are they, how ethical are they. Sometimes when we're having interaction with these students, some of these students who are cheated by them, they are kind of selling the dream, like a US dream, Hollywood dream. You go to US, visa will be guaranteed or something like that. So what are the other sources for students rather than going into the consultancy? What's your advice, Excellency, to the students who really want to go to US and have US education?
Well, I share your concerns about the performance of these consultancies, and that's why I continue to come back to this issue. I'm not sure how they're performing as well, either on providing advice about educational opportunities, and I'm definitely concerned about their performance in providing advice about visas. There is no guarantee of a U.S. visa, but for students who are well qualified, who have been admitted to university, who have the proper documentation, they're not going to have issues with their visa process. On the U.S. Embassy's website here in Nepal, we have all the information that students need in order to follow the visa application process, which happens after acceptance to a school. So you do all this educational research first, the student finds a school, they are admitted, then it's the time to come in for the visa. And key issues, of course, are going to be, how are you going to pay for your education, and just making sure the paperwork is organized, and what motivated a student. Our visa interviews are generally fairly short, so the more organized an applicant is, the better. But the process is very transparent, and the information on how to start the process and submit a visa application is all free. We do visa web chats periodically through Facebook, and again, there's the information on the internet, so people can access all of this. We also have a call-in number that people can use. So I encourage people to take their fate into their own hands and do the research on their own and take advantage of the resources that are here. I published an op-ed in the newspaper a couple of months ago and listed the websites. That's a good reference for parents and for students. And again, we do have educational advising at our American Corners and in our libraries here in Kathmandu, and can help with some of that, direct to the source, not going through the middleman of the consultancy.
We almost spent around 2 weeks and interacted with more than hundreds of Nepalese students studying into different states like Washington DC, Texas and Oklahoma. We got opportunity to interact with many students, not only from city areas, sometimes a little bit further from the core city. Most of them are quite happy, whatever they are getting. Yeah, they are quite happy. Our country really need them, for the betterment of our country. So how can we motivate them to welcome them in Nepal and contribute for the betterment of our country? Any message to the viewers?
I certainly hope young Nepalis are interested in coming back and helping Nepal develop. There's so much potential here, so many resources, so many opportunities. But I also hope that the government and others in institutions in Nepal are going to make it easy for people to return. The economy needs to grow. Jobs have to be created, particularly for people who are getting high levels of education and are going to develop really excellent professional qualifications. There must be opportunity here. One of the focal points for my team and for myself has been encouraging the government to create a welcoming investment environment here in Nepal for domestic investors and foreign investors. This is the way that jobs are created in an economy. And while the economy in Nepal is growing, the job creation is not happening. People are looking abroad, exactly the dilemma you are highlighting. So I think it has to be a partnership. People will want to come home if they see opportunity. I know with the Nepalis that I engage with, people love their country and they want to contribute to it. But there still has to be a way to earn a living. There has to be a way to provide for your family and have some professional satisfaction as well. So the other piece of that partnership is the government, business, and others coming together to make sure that the economy is going to continue to develop in a way that can take advantage of this high-powered talent that is being developed. So I don't see it as just a one-way street of a call to say, all Nepalis come home. It really has to be, active work on the part of people in Nepal to make sure that there's a place for the people to come home.
U.S. Embassy is celebrating the 70th anniversary of U.S. and Nepal relations. Can you please share us more on the support, on the U.S. support in Nepal's educational development?
I'm glad you asked that question because we've been focusing on higher education, and students who are going to have the opportunity to study abroad. But it really starts at the very basic levels of education, pre-elementary school, grade 1. And it starts with students gaining basic literacy. It starts with students really being able to learn all through those early years to be well prepared for an education at university. So through our Agency for International Development and a number of our development programs, we have focused on early grade reading. And we have focused not just on literacy at that level, but helping non-native Nepali speakers also make the transition. Nepal is a multi-ethnic, multilingual society, so we want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to learn. But research has shown that early grade reading and fluency at that level is really key to success later on in the educational environment. So our development programs are focused on that space. We also have programming in some areas of the country that is providing free lunches at school, as well as a literacy component. We also look at some mentorship opportunities and programming, particularly for girls and other groups that have been marginalized in society. So I'm glad to have the opportunity to share that we're investing not just in the opportunity for Nepalis to come to the United States, but really trying to invest in quality education from the very beginning here in Nepal. And it's through that investment and the involvement of parents and communities and the government and those partnerships that students are going to be best prepared to seek higher education here in Nepal, in the United States, or anywhere, to be honest.
Finally, Excellency, any message to my viewers who are watching you on television?
Well, I want to thank you certainly for the opportunity to speak directly to people and talk to them a little bit about the educational opportunities in the United States. I think this is a great sign of the people-to-people connections we have between our two countries. It certainly helps strengthen the relationship. And as we close out our 70th anniversary year, I'm looking at year 71 and beyond. And I really think the future of that is a partnership that's only going to grow and expand with mutual benefit. And I think by Nepalis having an opportunity to receive a quality education in the United States, both Nepal and the U.S. Win in the end. This is not a race, not a competition, but we both gain something, and we strengthen those ties that have just been growing over the years. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to promote that, to work with people, and to share with people that this is not a process that is clouded in mystery. It's very straightforward on how to obtain an education. A lot of self-research, has to go into this. But it's not something you have to pay somebody to do, and it is something that is attainable for the right people.
Okay. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you for your valuable time and information. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you very much.
Info Plus, for genuine information.